So you're thinking of making a move to Gilbert, Arizona? Today we're going to do a comprehensive tour of Gilbert. We're going to navigate this thriving town using Google Maps and highlighting its boundaries, neighborhoods, schools, shopping and entertainment destinations, major employers, as well as its strategic location within the Phoenix area. So whether you're considering a move or simply curious about Gilbert, join me as we're about to explore what makes this community truly special, and that is coming up right now. If this is your first time on the channel, my name is Julie Allen with Relocate to Scottsdale, AZ. You'll want to be sure to like and subscribe to be in the loop with all there is to know about Gilbert, Scottsdale, and the greater Phoenix area. Every day, my team and I get phone calls from people just like you that want to know more about the area. So if you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, all of our contact info is in the description box below, so feel free to reach out. Okay, so we are going to get started with our map tour of Gilbert. Let me just move myself out of the way. So as you can see here, this area, well, I should probably, there we go. This area right around here in that red outline is beautiful Gilbert, Arizona. So Gilbert, if you were to drive north to south, would probably take you about 25 to 35 minutes. Thought I wrote it down. Something like, I think 12 to 14 miles north to south from Baseline Road to Agritopia and Chandler Heights. And then if you were to go east to west from Power Road to Cooper Road or Gilbert Road, it would take you about 20 to 30 minutes, so about 10 to 12 miles. And over here, I think I said, 12 to 14 miles? Anyway, let's just get into it. So Gilbert, Arizona, about 68 square miles. You can basically, what I found, not just for Gilbert, but really kind of everywhere in Arizona, and especially in the East Valley. So and I would even go ahead and say Scottsdale as well. So Tempe, Chandler, Gilbert, Mesa, you really have everything you need in your own little backyard. So in Gilbert, you've got excellent schools, you've got top employers, you have beautiful neighborhoods, great shopping, amenities, entertainment, and it just keeps growing. So this little area, so Gilbert, used to have something like, I think, 100,000 residents back in 2000 or early 2000s, and it has grown to nearly 300,000 people in a very short time. So 20 years, it's tripled its population. So it is growing. So let's get into some of the neighborhoods. So right here, right around that Joyride Taco, that is kind of nice little anchor point and culinary dropout, and the Heritage District of Gilbert. This is basically downtown Gilbert, Old Town Gilbert. And in the time that I've lived in Arizona, I have really seen it just transform from what was just a handful of shops and restaurants. I remember the first time going there and just seeing it as like kind of dusty and a little bit dark at night, but it had a flavor kind of Old Town Scottsdale. And now it is there's just a million shops, restaurants, culinary dropout, one of our kind of homegrown restaurant options. You'll see this in a couple of locations in Arizona. Arizona would not be complete without a good taco shop, and there's plenty more coffee places, speakeasies, all of that right around this corridor. Now, going a little bit further north in Gilbert, we have got the Val Vista Lakes. And yes, yep, it is waterfront property in Arizona. So if you are looking, I'll draw some waves. I don't know if those are waves. But if you are looking for something that feels a little bit, if you're coming from a coastal community and you're looking for some beachfront, it is right here. And you've also got this riparian preserve right over here. And I'm gonna save actually the best for last about something that's coming in Gilbert that I'm pretty excited about. And I may even make the trip out there because I'm pretty excited about it. So we've got Val Vista Lakes. This is an HOA community, very popular neighborhood. As you can see, if I come out here a little bit, Val Vista Lakes right over here, and you are kind of really squarely centrally located in Gilbert, and nice easy commute right along the 60 if you need to commute into Phoenix or into Mesa, or just to really get around the area overall. Now moving out, we have got Power Ranch in Southeast Gilbert going way, way, way down here. And beautiful homes, really established neighborhood, very family oriented. You've got trails, you've got parks. It's kind of what you would imagine, just this beautiful kind of suburban spot. You can see we've got soccer fields, really just very nice neighborhood, and a lot of people, it's pretty popular. A lot of people ask for it by name. That golf club right over there. I'm gonna just I'm gonna skip over one that I have written down for now and just take you over to Seville. So I have had friends and clients who've sold from here, and I love this neighborhood. I don't think it really gets enough credit. Built, I think in the early 2000s, I want to say. You'll find Toll Brothers and some other builders, and you've got just a really fantastic water park. You have kids, they have a lot of great events, really kind of a community feel. And of course, the golfing. Just really beautiful homes, large homes too. I think that I've seen plenty of homes in this neighborhood, maybe 3,000, 4,000 square feet, and somewhere in the 800s to 900,000. Beautiful, beautiful neighborhood, very established neighborhood. And then also over here, you've got the Adora Trails. So Seville and Adora Trails are known for luxury homes, golf, and just newer developments overall. And then getting back out here, something a little bit different. You got more lakes here too. Going out something a little bit different. I don't know if you guys can see if I don't highlight it. So more lakes, more farms. And then the farm of all farms is not Cosmo Dog Park, but Agritopia right over here. So Agritopia, you're not too far from downtown Gilbert, and downtown Gilbert right over in that direction. And this is actually urban farming with modern living. And one thing to note about this community, everybody is a resident there. There are no rentals, or at least there shouldn't be. So that is Agritopia for you. There's different neighborhoods, but to kind of get the flavor overall, we can look at it just by the compass. So up north, we have got Heritage District. You've got older homes. Right in that Heritage District, I've actually sold some properties right in the neighboring area, right off of Washington Street. And I think I'm trying to remember the other ones. I'm drawing a blank at the moment, but right in this general area, you've got older homes, some of them built in the 30s. So this is really kind of old school Gilbert right here. And then moving more towards the central part of Gilbert, you've got Agritopia. You've also got the Santan Village Mall, which I will be talking about in just a little bit. Awesome, right over here. You have in the south, you've got these parks, you've got schools, you have new construction, because you can see that Gilbert is kind of expanding further south and then bordered right here by Queen Creek. I should probably have started with that too and tell you guys what it's bordering, but I'll come back to that. And then in the east side of town, you've got just huge lots. So this is kind of where you start having like horse country. I'm not going to draw a horse, but anyway, horse country out here. So just large lots, just more spacious, kind of a little bit more agriculture going on. So I'm going to go back to probably where I should have started at the beginning. So where is Gilbert exactly? It is sandwiched right here between Chandler. You've got Mesa that runs basically all the way through here. And then you also have Sun Lakes, which is, I believe it is all 55 plus. And if it's not, it's very, very close to that. And you've got Tempe over here. Scottsdale is further up north. And then you have Phoenix up here, northwest and north. Then going into the schools. So Gilbert is well known for its schools. I just have to go by what my friends and clients say because I don't have any kids. So I will just share a couple of interesting stats about Gilbert schools. I'll take a minute to tell you also, quite candidly, Arizona, and you would find this out if you were looking it up, but Arizona is not very well known for its schools, unfortunately. So it is what it is, and that's why when you do have a good school district, it is kind of a big deal. So as far as Gilbert public schools, so 82% of them have earned A ratings, including 85% of elementary, and 75% of secondary schools, and 8+ schools of excellence. So Gilbert Public Schools is home to 14 schools that have received this designation. And there are also 2 Gilbert schools that have been recognized at the national level as National Blue Ribbon Schools. Something to keep in mind that Gilbert is an area that is well known for its schools, and that may be also one of the reasons why the home values and just demand for the area tends to be so high, in addition to that there is a million great things nearby. But we'll come back to that. As far as specialized academic programs, there are accelerated K through 6, available at 8 elementary schools for high-achieving students, dual language K through 6 at Gilbert Elementary in English and Spanish, an international baccalaureate, and then also career and technical education, and a whole bunch more, but those are just some of the highlights of just how those Gilbert schools perform. So besides the schools, which create high demand in Gilbert, we also have the employers. So we have got Banner Health, which is off of the 60 and Higley. It is somewhere in there. It is somewhere in there. We're going to go back a screen. So we've got Banner Health, which has multiple campuses. You've got GoDaddy in the area. You've got Northrop Grumman for satellite manufacturing and STEM jobs. And then also Rivulon, which is a mixed-use business hub with high-end corporate offices. Now, Rivulon, very cool, very futuristic looking place, just very much kind of the city of the future kind of look to it. And over there you've got Isogenics International, and I believe Deloitte is in that park as well. So Rivulon is somewhere down here. Sorry, I looked at this one. There we go. It was close. So you've got Rivulon over here. It's right on the 202 in that outer part of the loop and the western part of Gilbert. So moving on to the amenities of Gilbert and the fun stuff and why you want to be there and why you want to be in this town. So I'm going to go straight to the shopping. And right over here, we have got Santan Village Mall. And there is a ton over here, and you can see that there are some hotels as well. So this is a great destination. You have got all of the shops that you can think of, all of the big names. So you've got Apple, you've got Barnes & Noble, Sephora, you have got Home Goods, you've got a movie theater, and then you also have great restaurants like Bourbon and Bones, which is another local outfit. Awesome, delicious, a little bit pricey, but maybe worth it. I think so. And then you also, one thing that's interesting to note, and my personal opinion, is that you can kind of tell how bougie an area is by some of the facilities they have. So you've got a dry bar, you've got a fancy nail place, lashes, and then you also have like make your own slime. So I think everybody is doing okay that is patronizing the Santan Village Mall. You've got Top Golf, which is awesome. If you don't have one where you live, I highly recommend it. If you do come to visit Arizona, go to a Top Golf. It doesn't need to be the Gilbert one, but if you're in the area, you should check it out anyway. Think of it kind of like, I want to say almost like bowling, or not even bowling. Like it's just this huge, like vertical putting and just really different. I think you just have to see it. So anyway, highly recommend Top Golf. Great for events, great for just a date night. And then you also have Main Event Gilbert, and they've got all the things. Think of it like a Dave & Buster's, and there's several of these Main Event, and then Fat Cat is another one. I'm not sure if there is one in the Southeast Valley. I think there might be in Queen Creek. I think there is in Surprise for sure. I know there is one. Yeah, that's another one to check out. You've also got, I'm going to go back to that riparian reserve. So you've got walking trails, you've got outdoor education, you've got an animal feeding farm, which is awesome. I love the animals. And let me go back to just Gilbert. Here we go. And there was something else that I saw here that I think I glossed over in doing a little bit of research, and that was ice. Where is that? AZ Ice Gilbert. And you got a nice skating rink in the desert, which is awesome. And well, I'll save this one. I still have two other ones to go through, and then I'll go to what I'm most excited about that's coming in Gilbert. So give me a minute just for that. We've got the Gilbert Regional Park as well, which is, oh, and Cosmo Dog Park, which was going to be my next one, but great for pet owners. Definitely Gilbert. I feel like Gilbert, just like Scottsdale, is the home of the Golden Doodle, if that gives you an idea of the area. So, and we have got I don't know where it went to, but we have the Gilbert Regional Park. I think I looked at that a little earlier. Was that down here? There we go. So everywhere you go in Gilbert, you are not far from some kind of a green space, from a golf course, from a park, something public, something private. Also, skipped over this right over here, right here along, and Starbucks, which is critical. So right by Seville, right by Gilbert Regional Park, you also have Trilogy. So for anyone who's looking at maybe a 55 plus place to live, this is a great option also. Trilogy right over here. So you've got golf courses, you have pools, you have community events, really nice area, gated. So recommended, 55 plus. And I am going to, well, I hope you stick around for the rest of the video because I've got a couple more good things to share. Or maybe, you know what, I think I'm going to hold off on my favorite thing that I want to share with you guys about what's coming to Gilbert. But you should hang out because it's a good one. So we have got some hidden gems in Gilbert as well. You've got places like Joe's Farm and Grill, and I know before I even say these, I wrote down a couple, and they're right here in that Heritage District. So, which is so central. So this is really where you come in for some of those hidden gems. So you've got Joe's Farm and Grill, Bar None, which is a craftsman and a micro business collective. You've got a theater over here, which is very cool, and something I didn't even know about until researching this. And you've got the trampoline park not far from there. You really just kind of every little turn, every neighborhood throughout Gilbert, there's something else to see and do. So it's not just residential, there really is a lot for families, for, you know, at the risk of sounding like really cheesy, but something for everyone of all ages. So Gilbert has been a great neighborhood, great place to live. I know that I really don't hear anyone say that they're moving out of Gilbert because they don't like Gilbert. If they are leaving Gilbert, it's usually because they are relocating out of state, but I have never heard someone say, you know, I really dislike Gilbert, I'm going to move to name another city in Arizona. So, and we've got, what is this? Home of the Gilbert Museum. So different things every day. I'm going to give you guys a little quick view of, I guess, some of the major highways and getting around Gilbert and commuting. And then I'm going to share with you my favorite thing that is going to be coming up soon. So over here on the west of Gilbert, you have the 101 loop running north and south. You've got the 202 loop coming up here. And you've got the 60. So you are bordered by highways everywhere you need to be. Got the 87. And you are not far from Tempe, and actually going a little bit further west, you find the airport, but you also have Mesa Gateway airports. Really, if you need to get around within Gilbert, including going here to South Gilbert, or if you're commuting towards Tempe or towards Phoenix, it is a pretty easy commute. Of course, you're going to have to contend with rush hour like pretty much everybody does anywhere in Phoenix during rush hour, but that is just life. Now, I have been saving the best for last, and maybe I was able to edit out the getting cut off with this recording, but if not, I guess, yeah, I've just been saving the best for last. So Gilbert has a lot of exciting things coming to it, and one of those things that is right here, at the riparian reserve, or actually I think it's right over at the Gilbert Regional Park. So coming soon here, you've already seen Val Vista Lakes, you've seen Layton Lakes, you've seen a couple of areas with water, and there is one more of those areas coming soon. Let's see if it shows up actually on Google. Not yet, but you are going to have something called the Strand, and it is going to be awesome. Looks awesome to me. It is a wave park. So they've got waves for all levels of surfing, beginner, intermediate, advanced. You've got nighttime surfing, and it's going to be, you're going to have a cafe, you're going to have retail, and you are going to have surfing in the desert. So who knew? But one of the things that I'm most excited about coming to Gilbert, just another one of the great amenities. And if you live in Gilbert, let me know. I'm sure that I've missed a lot. I don't live in Gilbert, but I know that it's a big, small area of Phoenix and really, really popular. I would love to hear what you think of the neighborhoods. If I missed a neighborhood that you love, if I missed an amenity or a local business that you love that you want to give a shout out, please feel free to do so right in the comments below. And I look forward to hearing from you. And if you have any more questions about Gilbert or want to know anything else, happy to chat.